I think everything is good. So let me start. My name's Olga. I am a staff software engineer at Google. And today I'll present an example of using AI for code generation, as well as share my experience working with AI. Before we start, I'd like to clarify a few things. All opinions expressed here are my own. I don't work on any AI development. I'm not endorsing one AI agent over another. You are free to choose from many comparable tools that I'll present here today and compare like which one makes sense for you. I'll show you a short demo so we can see how easy it is to create something with AI. We'll also go over other examples. Imagine you want to organize your own conference, something like this. You want to control, customize everything. So you would like to have your own like website, not using some tools out there. And as a part of this demo, we'll create an app to manage such conference. I call it April Tech Talks. I'll use Replit, but you can use something else. And I'll use the following prompt, which is pretty simple. Create the conference named April Tech Talks, running on April 10, ability to vote, and we'll have a few titles like Coding with AI, Manager versus Contributor, How to Promote Yourself. And we'll ask AI to generate content and speaker names so that we can see on our website how everything will look like. This is home screen at Replit, and we'll create an app and enter our prompt. Play the video. As you can see, it feels like thinking what it needs to do. Then it will propose a few options to choose. So I'll choose few, what is available, like I can say speaker profiles and bias. It can generate this for me. Then say approve and start. As we can see, it started generating the files, code here and there. We can see an Firebase error. And it says like this is a failure due to missing keys. And it tells us where exactly to look for that. Yeah, if we go based on what it tells us to do, so we'll go to Firebase, we'll go to project settings, and we see web app there. So we'll copy app ID, secret, and we'll insert them into the Replit app. Yeah, as you can see, I'm adding them there. Click continue. Yeah, we can see the preview of our website. Yours will be different because it generates everything all the time different. Yeah, it adds some like database, like other options. So we'll skip those. This is how the website looks. So it has sign in with Google. It has sessions generated about the event that looks nice, and we can see how it will look like. It also generated content, like some speakers, even images. Now we would like to see how our thing is working. So we click sign in with Google, and sign in actually is not working. Let me see if I can show you the error. Yeah, sign in failed, could not sign in with Google. So I tell AI that it doesn't work. Yeah, since the AI has access to error logs, it identifies the issue as being domain related. It then provides us with detailed instructions on where to make the necessary changes. Yeah, if you look here, like it says, go to settings, authorize domains. So we'll go there to Firebase authentication, and then we can see authorized domains. Now everything is working correctly, and we see a familiar window with the Google sign-in. So AI help us solve the problem. I can vote, and the vote button is nicely disabled also. So AI agent was able to fix the Google sign-in issue because it was clear from the logs, and the AI identified it correctly. This is not always the case. So let's say for mobile apps or Chrome extensions, you need engineering skills to deploy them to marketplace. So it's more involved than the simple website. AI code generation is not replacement for an engineer, and some engineering skills are still needed. A person has to judge if AI gives you a correct suggestion or something useless or overcomplicated. You also need to know what to ask and how to change the question in cases where it's not useful. Treat this as an assistant to increase your productivity. If you don't know where to start with AI and such tools are not good fit for you, try by starting with test case generations. Java Lambda is another good example in my experience. Or use it for UI generation. It's amazing what it can do. I'm mostly backend engineer, although like I'm full stack, and it can generate me very nice UIs. I did this for my side project. It took me less than 30 minutes, and everything is generated there. This is good for MVP before gaining traction or investments. You don't want to spend time on your website if this is not your main focus. If you're like either trying to sell something like a product, and this is not the focus of the like website design, and you want to not to spend too much time there. Okay, thank you. Let's see if we have any questions in the chat. Yeah, I use Replit agent, but there are like many other tools there, and you can read about like what it is, what it allows you to do. My oldest son, who is 15, actually like used this pretty easily, so it's easy to learn. Yeah, I deployed in some like cloud inside the Replit, so that you can like pay for hosting, like pay for other subscription options and have it there. And Drawbacks. Regarding like drawbacks, like what do you mean? Other than like AI cannot fix all kind of errors. Yeah, for challenges, I would say if this is not something like simple, you build in like more complicated, less than standard, and the worst case if APIs have bugs. Like I faced this when I tried to generate something using the API based on the docs, because you can give the docs to the AI agent and ask the AI to generate like button, like upload something. And sometimes API has bugs, especially for the startups where they're not established or they have something there, and AI won't be able to fix it because it doesn't know like what the problem. Adopt the instead of okay. So instead for the question, if companies start to adopt this instead of hiring junior engineers, I don't expect this because the whole thing and the point of the junior engineers is to grow them to senior engineers. You cannot hire a senior out of nowhere, and you would like your engineers grow inside the company. So because AI cannot replace everyone, it can only increase your productivity. It can replace some of the tasks like writing tests, but again, it cannot replace the human. Okay. Regarding security concerns, that's for sure. So that's why big companies like Google, I believe Salesforce the same, because I was working there, they can make their own models. They can make this inside the company. They can train their models on their code. So you can easily and without any security concerns to use the model and generate all kind of different things. But for the startups and other companies that have to use tools out there, please make sure you understand the complications, especially if the tools are done by some countries, because, yeah, they can get your data. And in terms of the startups, you mostly focus at the beginning to grow your MVP. So it's less about the security, and you just don't have resources and people to address those issues. Unless you are in the security space, then like, yeah, you have to be careful. Okay. Any other questions? What is the piece of common career advice you completely disagree with? Common career advice. Yeah, it's hard to say because everything, like all the advices, makes sense at certain point in the career. Like either you learn soft skills or technical skills, anything else, they all make sense besides different areas in the different companies, like security, like privacy. They all have different skills. So I'm not sure if there is something like I disagree. Okay. For the question about copyright issues, yeah, that's more of the legal question. So I would consult with legal if you have those issues. I believe we'll see some legal lawsuits because of that. And yeah, I cannot comment because, yeah, I don't know. Okay, the question is, as a manager in data engineering, I'm looking for a job. Should I look for a job title with AI? That's true. AI is a trend right now, and I've been in Silicon Valley and in the software engineering career for a while. So it's the same trend as cloud, as internet. I know there are many scary things. I've heard about this one, like for internet, people will die there, and cloud, everything will be in the cloud. And in reality, it's not so extreme. So you definitely want to look something with AI. You definitely want to know like how to use it, because it will increase your productivity, and more jobs will require this or will use. I would compare this with the IDE, like IntelliJ IDE or like Eclipse, that you can do Java development, and some people can still do this in VI. Which makes sense for their choice if they're productive there, but like most of the people do in their IDEs. Yeah, like Vim or like VI. Yeah, I call this VI because this is the command I use to trigger the editor. What's something you think AI will never be able to replace? It won't be able to replace a human, that's for sure, because humans have more creativity. They always grow, they always change, and they will bring something unique that you should be always like looking. You can only increase productivity with AI, but yeah, you cannot completely replace human. To the future. Okay, so for the any advice for the future generation of women in tech, I would say leverage AI, because it will be useful. Don't be afraid of that. I also have another analogy with the books, electronic and paper. I know some people like paper. I like electronics because first it saves trees, and second, you can get used to this. I know it gets kind of not exactly familiar because the habit is using normal books, but it makes sense. Anything else? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. I really appreciate your live demo of what no code promised us that you can do quickly to build websites. I think we just watched you do that. It's very inspiring and telling us how your kids are doing it too. So thank you so much for speaking with us and sharing how we can be assisted in our code by AI but not replaced. Thank you, Olga.